evening, intuitives. I'm going to try to get a couple videos up today because, you know, I want to, and I got a couple topics to talk about. So, welcome those of you that are new to the channel, and for those of you that haven't been here in a while, the channel is now monetized, and if, this video or any video in the past has helped you in a significant way, please hit the super thanks button and send me a tip as you would if I was a bartender or if we were sitting at a bar and advice I gave you helped, you would surely buy me my next beer. So, 'tis the season if you'd like. Now, I haven't done a witchcraft video in a while, and since a lot of the topics I talk about, it inevitably comes up now and again, and I want to give a little understanding on the three basic paths of magic. And for my brothers and sisters of the craft, understand my witchcraft videos are meant for people that are curious or seekers or baby witches. I'm not, it's very cliff notey kind of information for those that just need like a basic understanding. And so people of our beliefs don't get pigeonholed, because we often do, in the worst light possible. So, I'm not giving expert level advice on witchcraft because I'm only an intermediate witch myself. So, if you're curious about the three basic types, the three basic paths of magic, I'm going to explain it to you, because a lot of people think like we're all the Wicked Witch of the West, and I only turn green when I'm really, really, really mad, and my eyes go orange like Lucifer on the show. It's pretty bad. No, but I do get like demonic strength. Or maybe it's an adrenaline dump. Who knows? Maybe it's my wraith helping me out. So anyway, three basic paths of magic. I'm going to give a brief explanation. We'll start with the lightest, which is white magic. White magic is inspiring and uplifting. It affects outcomes, bends the rules of chance on a positive basis, and one of the key tenets is do no harm. This is where you'll find, a lot of your neo-pagans, most paths in Wicca, what most people would describe as the fluffy bunnies or the hippy dippy type witches and their crystals. Very, very nice people, kind of eccentric. I get along with them pretty well, because I'm eccentric too, but introverted. So, this path is for that. Angelic magic, Christian mysticism's in here, things of that nature, because there's magic in all religions. Magic doesn't necessarily mean dark. This is, actually, no, I'm going to use an explanation for each type. So we're going to use one of the most common types of magic, subsets of magic, to explain each type. Which one of the ones people want most? Love magic. So a white love magic spell would be something like, oh, I want a person like this, and you do a love drawing spell to draw that person to you. Or perhaps two people have chemistry, but they're too afraid to admit to each other they have feelings. You can do a spell so they'll talk and admit how they already feel. You're not influencing anybody's free will. You're not implanting emotions that aren't there. You're simply taking down negative barriers and blockages that are keeping two people that want to be together apart. Next path is what's called dark magic, also called gray magic, and it's also my path, because as I said before, if this was Star Wars and not witchcraft, no, I would not be a Sith with a red lightsaber. I'd be a gray Jedi with a purple lightsaber. And gray magic or dark magic is all about duality. You work with both light and dark given the circumstances. You don't break the free will of others, and it will not exact a result under any means the way black magic does, but you typically work with deities that have a dual nature. Like in white magic, you work with purely light deities like the Archangel Raziel. And people in dark magic work with light and may dabble in black too. But dark magic, Lilith certainly falls under that category. But probably the most famous example of a well-known deity with duality would be Lucifer himself. I know, stop gasping. Stop gasping, Abrahamics. Let me explain. Because by definition, Lucifer is not a demon. He's an angel, albeit a fallen angel. So he was created by the Abrahamic God. He was the light bringer, and people work with both aspects of Lucifer. They work with Lucifer, the light bringer, the angel, and with the devil. And they're the same but different kind of thing. It's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. So people who work with Lucifer, the archangel aren't trying to do harm. He's all about free will and defiance and being a rebel. It's more like a rebel without a cause kind of thing with him. And it's like, oh, you all about getting what you want. Oh, you want that? Cool. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. Just go for it. Do what you think is right and rebel against, whoever you have to do it. So that's Lucifer, the light bringer, the morning star, as opposed to the devil, his darker aspect. And Lilith certainly has a light and a dark side too, but she's not as well known, and she's going to get her own video. So we'll get to my queen a little later. And so dark magic, to use my love spell example again, would be, let's say two people have feelings for each other and they want to be together, but one of those two people is in an abusive relationship that they can't get out of, the person they can't get away from, who's toxic and mistreats them, like a narcissist or a borderline. A dark magic or a gray magic spell will not influence the free will of the two people who want to be together, because that feelings are already there. You're not implanting thoughts, but it will remove that obstacle of the abusive partner of the one, and it'll do it by perhaps means of hexing and harm, because in the view of dark or gray magic, this person is doing somebody harm. They're abusing somebody. They're not being treated right. So it is okay to exact justice on that person because of the choices they made of their own free will. Dark magic, gray magic punishes people who deserve it. There's a sense of justice, like, oh, you wrong somebody in a terrible way, you deserve to be punished. Hence why, Lucifer is considered dark. Oh, obviously dark, but he's not black magic. I don't think so. So black magic is more like Belial and Moloch. So, and there's a bunch of others too, but I don't really get into that. So yeah, there's, so those two people can be together. That obstacle of someone being abusive, that person is held to justice, and that obstacle will be removed by matters of dark magic, and things may have to happen to them. Now, the darkest for last. Black magic is a type of magic that bears no regard to free will. It means if you want something, by any means necessary, Machiavellian full force. Yeah. It's a lot of people dabble in it, but from what I hear, it's very hard to master, and it can be very, very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. It forces your will on whatever you're trying to do, and it always requires some type of sacrifice. Black magic is the most powerful magic, but it is draining to perform, and you have to make some kind of sacrifice. The cost is high to you. The cost may not be worth the end result. You have to decide that. It is, you pay a price for it. And it can be quite a burden, especially, like if you're not an experienced witch and doing a black magic spell and you mess it up, that could go real bad for you unless you have the right protections in place. But there can be consequences for you practicing black magic if you're not a skilled practitioner. So on to my love spell example. Black magic love spell would be like, guy likes girl, girl wants nothing to do with guy don't care, cast black magic spell to implant thoughts in her mind, false ideas of love and attraction, just so he can get what he wants. That's black magic. Kind of explains some of the couples in Hollywood that didn't make any sense, huh? Because it's not like Hollywood messes with the occult. Yeah, think back over the last 10 years or so. There's a couple in there where it's like, how did he get her? Black magic. Well, yeah, or just a narcissist preying on a young, naive ENFJ girl. Gee, which one am I referencing there? So there's your three basic paths in magic. There is overlap between them at times. Oh yeah, deities, I said it already, but deities in black magic, like Satan, the devil, that aspect of Lucifer, the devil aspect, Belial and Moloch would be examples of black magic. There really is no room for the light in black magic, whereas gray magic or dark magic. There's a spectrum in all of these, but especially in dark and gray magic, because gray is a spectrum, you're more to the left or to the right. I mean, I'm someone, I am a left-hand path witch, but I'm pretty much like to the left of center, left-hand path witch for now, because that can always change. Your magic can evolve based on your skills, how you're feeling at the time, your life path, what does work for you and not work for you, the people you encounter in your life, and the deities you connect to, and what side of themselves they are showing. You know, because while Lilith is my queen, she typically babies me like a toddler. Yeah, it's like a little toddler mama's boy who wants attention. She's very patient. She does things on her own time, but it's like, I want attention. Yeah, so Lilith is awesome, and I hope that continues, because, well, my mother's dead, and, you know, Lilith has mothered me for a long time, and now she's my only mother figure. So there's your 3 basic paths of Magick. I hope I gave, you know, an understandable explanation so you can get the general idea of how each one works and in what circumstances they would be used. And, you know, for some of you, you can think how evil it is. And I guess some people think magic in general is evil, but that doesn't make sense in pretty much any religion, because there's water being turned into wine and loaves being divided and seas being parted. Magic exists in all faiths. Witchcraft does not exist in all faiths, but all faiths, you know, practice magic of some kind. One can argue transubstantiation in the Catholic Church is, in effect, a form of magic. So I hope it was entertaining. There'll be more witchcraft videos from time to time. I just wanted to give this basic explanation. You know, please like and subscribe. Check out my older videos. If you like witchcraft videos and you're a seeker or a baby witch, I do have a witchcraft playlist. And, you know, there's channels that I subscribe to of which is far more experienced than me, and most of them will be happy to answer any questions if you reach out. Please continue to watch this channel, look at the old videos. If I've helped you in any meaningful way, it'd be nice if you'd throw me a tip. 'Tis the season, so thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for future videos on this topic and others, like being an INFJ or how to deal with narcissists and borderlines. So motive.